G'day, Tonia Reeves, Australia's psychic cowgirl, coming at you from Sunday Creek here in country Victoria, Australia. I hope everyone's been having a great week. It's amazing how fast the time goes, even though we're coming out of lockdown for us over at this part of the world. Time is still flying. So yeah. Touching base today, before I start my reading, I just thought I'd touch on energetically how things are feeling for everybody, and to really ask the question if you found that there's things coming up for you personally. For me, I see a lot of opportunities around at the moment for people to really delve into looking at it's almost like looking inwards or looking within. So checking on things like our inner child and connecting with that childlike sense of fun and wonder that we all have. And just a reminder to check in on how your inner child is going, because we all do have an inner child. It's often a neglected part of us. We had a conversation this morning on a show about, how important that inner child is, and that little person that's within us all, and how sometimes the attention needs to go to that inner child that is part of or makes up part of who we are. So the way to do this, if you're a bit unsure, is to do some fun childlike things. So it might be go to the playground and get on the swing, or go outside in nature, or just do something that reminds you of, childhood, and not taking things too seriously, because we often as humans or adults, we tend to get very serious in what we're thinking. So it's important to go, we're going to have a little bit of fun as well. So I just wanted to remind you, and also remind me, that sometimes it's important to bring out that sense of fun and wonder in life, and that's what allows us to connect to that creative side. And I love being creative. I think it's a part of life for all of us. It doesn't matter what aspect you find personally is your creative connection. Also, when we delve into the deep, I suppose, into our psyche, or into the innate humans that we are, it is looking at what's mirroring us, or mirroring for us at this point in time. So if you're finding there are things coming up that might not sit comfortably with you, and sometimes this can be around friendships or relationships, or just things in general that you're finding might come up, and be little reminders that we need to look within. So sometimes if things are going a little bit haywire, or we're not in alignment with what's happening around us, then we need to look at where is it a reflection within us, because basically what we attract to us is often the lesson around us, and that's often the guidance that we need to go, okay, why is this happening? What is the change here, and how am I going to relate to making some personal changes? Because we can all change and grow, and I honestly feel that's part of our human existence, is we never fully get it 100%, but we can improve on our plans, and we can do some personal development that doesn't necessarily mean going to somebody else, but to actually just take the time to look within and to check in on our guidance. So sometimes it's just little things. I know for me, I had a breakthrough with one of my horses yesterday, and this horse has had a few back injuries, and, well, not injuries, no, just issues, body work issues, and had bucked me off a little while back. And, I'm not young anymore, as in, coming off isn't favourable, and you do get sore, so it makes you a little bit reluctant to jump back in there and set yourself up for falling off again. But I just sort of connected in with him, and he was showing me that it was okay. So I really had to surrender to that and go, okay, I know I can do it, but I just need to get the confidence and, have that trust and faith. So yesterday we had a major breakthrough, which was absolutely awesome and really made a big difference. We were able to sort of connect and do some cantering and pick up the pace, which we haven't been able to do for a little while. So I was pretty happy with that, and I really felt great afterwards. It was really empowering. So I kind of feel like energetically that's what we're being asked to do at the moment, is to step up and really look at things that need work for yourself, and these are things internally. Is it your thoughts? What are you attracting to you that, just isn't for your highest good? So, sometimes it's about being mindful of what we're thinking about, where those thoughts are taking us, and are they giving us a lift or are they dragging us down? And, if they are dragging us down, then be aware of it and be mindful of it. And even if you have to do some writing on it, really delve deep into just those aspects. It really is a helpful way to get through situations. All right, I'm going to go on to, that's my insights for today. So I'm going to go on to my caller today, Rebecca from Sydney. I've got a fellow Aussie. G'day, Rebecca. How are you?
Good, thank you.
That's good. I don't often get to hear another Aussie accent. Yay, I'm excited. How are you today?
Yeah, good, thanks.
That's awesome. All right. And you'll be coming out of lockdown as well. I think you guys are the same as us here in Victoria in the lifting of the stages, I believe. Would that be right?
Yeah, a little bit. It still feels a bit,
slowly.
I don't know, a bit weird.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've all been on such high alert and so vigilant. It's almost like we're a bit, it's almost like, you've been the dog on the chain for a while. Now you're allowed to be free. And it's a little bit like, oh my God, I've got to take that step. And the dynamics have changed and there's still that aspect that we're conscious of, but we still, need to, I suppose, try and get some normality back. Now, Rebecca, can I ask you,
I think more people around us aren't being conscious of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that, and I think if people that are compromised be aware of not jumping back in too quick, I think that will help us to keep our numbers down, which sounds good. Can I ask, is your mum in spirit? Because I've got a lady coming in for you, just as far as connection goes.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, okay. Because I just wanted to, it's like she jumped in to go, I'm here. And I do want to say the way she's showing me is like you are aware of her being around. So it's a little bit like she gives you the signs, and I feel like you connect in with her because it's almost like she's showing me it's not new for you to connect with her.
No, not really, no.
Yeah, beautiful. Because it's like she's supporting you. Okay, she's supporting you at the moment where there's a transition happening, or there's something where I'm just getting clear what she's showing me. I feel like I want to say from her aspect, it's like it's about time she's finally doing what she's meant to be doing. So is this in regards to career? Are you swapping over, doing something different?
No, not really at the moment, no.
Okay, well, where does the change fit? Because it's like she's showing me you're making a change or something that's coming through that you've been thinking about, or it's been on the cards, but it's finally happening.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Oh, okay. Let's go
not
there.
Really,
then. What's Mum showing me? Okay. Well, with the cross, it's almost like there's something around stepping up. So, if I go to what you're doing for a job at the moment, have you been doing the same thing for a while, and are you in some kind of service area? Because I see you're helping people.
Yes, I have been, but just voluntary.
Yep. Okay. Because it's like you're stepping up into something. So when Mum shows me this, it's like um, I'm finally going to be doing what it is. It's almost like there's a calling for you in what you're doing. So it's like I'm stepping into something that I've kind of had at the back of my mind for a little while, and it's like she's excited about it. So that's how she's showing me. She's coming through excited. Now, where do the children fit as well for you?
Sorry, where do?
The children fit. So it's like she's bringing in children as well. There's a reference to 2 children.
I have one.
Okay.
Not sure about 2.
So,
Yeah.
okay, all right. So we've got 1 at this point in time because I feel like she's referencing 2. All right. So the change. So I feel like predominantly what she's showing me is around career, but there's like amongst that, there's a big shift within you. So have you made choices this year whereby I'm bringing about changes compared to where you were last year?
As far as career goes,
I feel like everything. Have you moved?
no, not recently. No.
Okay. So because
Yeah.
it just feels like it's a really strong thing that she's coming in to go, there's change around you.
Okay.
So
No,
if you're not aware of
not that I can see. Yeah.
yeah. It's almost like if you're not aware of it, it's going to happen. So sometimes spirit can come through and show us something that, this is the potential of this. And it's almost like I feel like I have to tell you that because it's like be prepared and it's going to be a good change. So I do feel a bit like I've been stuck in a bit of the same routine for a while, and it's almost like we need to look at things a little bit differently. Now, I am running out of time. Was there anything you want me to quickly cover before we run out of time totally?
No, I was actually just hoping to connect with my mum, to be honest.
Yeah, it's like she's definitely around you, and I feel like for her, with signs, it's like getting outside. I feel like I'm connecting with. I'm in the garden, is what she's showing me. I'm amongst trees, but it's like very relevant to her, and she also wants to extend a thank you to you because there's something about honouring her memory that specifically you've done. So not so much anyone else in the family, but there's something that you've done she wants to acknowledge and say thank you for.
Okay.
Okay. And there's also gratefulness. All right. Well, it's just like there's something I don't know whether you plan something to commemorate her life or something. There's something around her acknowledging, saying thank you. Sometimes these things will come to you as we get off the call, but she really wants to step up with this. And it's also, she is guiding you, and I want to go to lights, flicking on and off, because it's like she's saying, I'm here, and I feel like things are, like I'm playing with electrical things. So look out for that if you haven't already noticed. It's a reassurance. Yeah, she's a great character. Like, cheers, I want to say too. All right, I am running out of time. Please feel free to message me on Australia's Psychic Cowgirl page, and I can delve in with some more info for Mum for you, no problems at all.